Alrighty, welcome back. So last time, we were looking for William. I almost said Willem. And people say that he's at the docks or the pier. Follow the trail from the pier. So let's go ahead and do that. I hear heartbeat. Are those rats? Do you guys hear that? Okay. So is it this way? Or is it this way? Let's go this way.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Guess we're going the right way.
Do not betray your trust.
It's this first, you see. I need a drink, I'm so thirsty.
Bathe with me, William. As one, we shall overcome this.
Oh, that's
We've done
William.
it before.
No, I had a drink outside tonight already and it did not quench my thirst. I must have
Oh.
Oh dear God.
Well, we know what's going on.
Please stop.
Is it an axe? Oh. Two-handed weapons. Equip a two-handed weapon and press to use its special ability. Scythe can parry. Oh, neat. I want a parry. Oops. How do I use it? How do I... Main hand? Can I cycle through? Equip. I have to remember how to switch weapons now. Oh, I figured it out. Okay.
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
Okay. Okay.
Will, please let go of me.
I switch mid swing? No, not really. Okay, let's scythe Willem to death.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Getting a little bit of frame rate issues or stuttering. I don't know if you can tell. Are we gonna sneak attack?
This creature is bedeviled.
Oh, look at.
I must put it down.
Oh, okay. We'll look at things later. I guess there's no talking to him now. Oh, get parried. I bet he tastes really good. Oops, did I do that? Oh, he's almost dead. Oh. I wanna parry him. Nope, did it too soon. Come on, hit me. There we go. Oh, I just saw myself. I'm almost dead. Alright. What? You're not dead? Oh, look at this place. That's gnarly. I like the candles.
Stop.
Right. Hey, buddy.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by scowl?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
She's got a point. You can't be asking too much.
By George and the saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
You wanna go investigate? Oh, his body. Okay.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
A skull, like the woman said. Also, I got... What did I pick up? Where is it? This blood sample of William Bishop. Oh, I can't use it. It must be an ingredient or something. Wait, can I loot anything? Aha. Nice. Is that it? Just locked?
I cannot enter.
Okay. Nothing in those barrels. Nope. You have to break every single container. Alright, now I'm happy. Wait. Now I'm happy. Wait. Okay. Alright, let's go. Look at that boat. That's a fancy boat. Pretty awkward silence.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic.
You can't say that
The
word.
flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea.
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Johnathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed, marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
We've stopped.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
Take it, take it, take it. That's a good deal.
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Johnathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Hooray! It's a big hospital.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Johnathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
What a guy. Mission update. I have accepted Dr. Swansea's help. I will work at the Pembroke Hospital. I have no idea. Oh, I have no choice. The man knows about my condition, about what I've become. I don't know anything about the secluded medical facility. Everyone here will take me for what I am not anymore. Johnathan Reed, the famous surgeon. I must lie to them, to the patients and the staff. This is my new home, where I will hide for all who are after me. Or I will hide from everyone until I get a better understanding of what's going on. Enter the hospital. Okay. That's a big hospital. I feel like I'm gonna get lost.
It's locked, all right.
Okay. What's going on here?
We'll have a word in my office later, Johnathan.
Okay. Okay. What's going on over there?
It's my turn.
Oh.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
So he wants me to kill him?
Bastard gave me a good poke.
Can I talk to him? Nope.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
You're at the hospital.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Johnathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Oh, wait. The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. Wait, so I have to drink from him? To drink the blood of a prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Press Q to mesmerize Clay. So I have to do this, huh?
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Okay, press the left click to embrace or spacebar to release him. Embracing will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens collecting their heads will increase the experience gain. Well, I don't want the consequences. F to embrace, spacebar to release. Can I just let him go?
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
I got an achievement for that. I feel like I should do that as the least as possible. I feel like the consequences are
It
rough.
is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Am I even going the right way? Just a second. Hello?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Johnathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Medical checkup.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Okay. Details. Oh, so I can drink from anyone. That's interesting. Her mesmerize level is 5 and I'm only level 1. What about the staff?
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Well, if they're doing something bad, especially as a nurse, you'd want to, you know, mention something.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Dr. Tippett's. I don't want to be mean to her. I'll let it go for now. What's the situation here?
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
Invisible enemy?
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
I hear ya.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I've heard. Okay, well, I don't want to do that option, so... Oh, okay. We'll talk some other time.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay. Oh, hello. Tippets.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
I didn't mean to do that one. There we go. Only 2. Okay. I think I have a hint for him, right? Nope. Oh, I know this one, because she told me he overworks himself.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are more important.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
What about the management?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Positive characters?
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Oh. You are exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Was that really necessary, John? That was very aggressive. She's worried.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Johnathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
There were some more options there. Do I have to yell at him again?
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
No.
Nurse Brannigan, you don't have to...
I'm not that...
Oh, so it chooses... The one I choose will be the one I'm stuck with? Did I do this one? Nope. Can't do that one. Okay, so... That's all I have for this guy.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I think I got a new hint for Nurse Brannigan, right? Where is she? Just a second. Where'd she go? She disappeared. Maybe she went in there.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
How is Mr. Hampton?
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Well, we know our room is on the second floor.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
He knows me more than I know him.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
I've also only just met him.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
I wonder if she'll tell us something important if I ask.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
No, okay. Goodbye.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Saw this shining. What's this? Due to the influenza, this hospital can no longer...
They know we are overwhelmed. this horrifying epidemic.
Anyway, hospital fool, go home. Okay. Everyone started talking as soon as I started reading that.
Pembroke is still standing up.
Is anyone out here? What's this? Influenza frequently complicated with pneumonia. Stay home. Social distance. There's so many areas to explore.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
This way? Is this part of the hospital? Oh, oh, that's level 6. I think I should come back here later. Oh, new hideout, right? Oh, that's not good. Level 10. Alright, I need to come back here. Oh, it's locked.
It's locked.
That sucks. Okay, they're just... I'm out of bounds here, I should go back. My coat's gonna be so wet. And then Dr. Swansea will yell at me. Oh, I wanted to talk to you.
The Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York once.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
Oh?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
I have a hint for you, yep. Tit-Pits praises you.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Well...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
We are overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Okay, let's head on inside.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
So noisy in here. Prevent disease, careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public. Hello. Who are you?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Let's do a medical checkup.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Your enemies?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Oh, I saw some there too. You're not wrong about that.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Your investigation. Level 2. Healthy. She's healthy? Okay.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
How do you feel?
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
We got a new hint. Can I use it here? No.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Find out who's spawning on Thelma. Got a new hint. Can I see her? Cotard. Okay. Oh, that's the person we rescued. Oh, okay, I see. So if you give them medical treatment, it'll increase their experience. Okay, that makes sense. Everyone else is pretty healthy. Is there anyone else in here?
It's locked.
Oh. It's another entry. Oh, what's this? Oh, where are we? Oh, so if we can find out who's spying on her. Oh, oh, that's a new guy.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Hello.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oh, so he's a merchant. It's healthy. Level 4.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Poof.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
New hint.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Milton. I don't think I've met him yet. You work here alone?
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Wait, why did it close down?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
That is sad.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Right. Oh, wait, that one. You're a pawnbroker.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
I would like to see. Oh.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Johnathan.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Sounds pretty wise to me. Let's see what you have to trade.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Formula written on a piece of paper seems complex and needs to be analyzed. I only have 55. It's not a lot. Opium. With the rise of the epidemic and rampant shortage of illegal medications, London citizens for its sedative and anesthetic properties have recently used opium again. Codeine is a strong analgesic and antitussive drug, often used to ease pain and coughing. I want to see what this is, but... Oh, is this where I give him stuff? It is. It's gonna be recycled into components. I'll come back later, see what he has. Every life saved by efficient medical aid is a blow struck to the heart of the flu epidemic. Volunteers make the difference. Inquire at the nearest appointments office. They did say they have a lot of volunteers, but so far all of them seem to be actual healthcare professionals. So that's weird. Oh, hello. That is a syringe.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
I have a weird feeling about this guy. 2000. Level 4. I bet your glasses are fake.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
You run experiments, huh?
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
Yeah.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you, buddy.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe.
I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
So an errand boy.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
So this has been going on for about a year now. I'm gonna yell at you.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
And what about his story?
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Harvey. You must remain neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
So Dr. Ackroyd is a bit harsh. Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I haven't met him yet either, but what is that? Are you the person I just talked to?
So many deaths.
Yes.
And still more coming.
Who's this?
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
So you're a skeptic.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Well, we don't know what he did.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Well, he clearly has a problem with us.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Well, he seems to be concerned prioritizing his patients first, which is great. I think he's just a bit... what's the word I'm looking for? Biased? Maybe?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
So I need to be a hater.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
What about your thoughts on Strickland's research?
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Well, I would like to know what the procedure is so I can have a better judgment with what I'm gonna choose.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
I mean, I think they are, buddy. That's it. Okay.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Hello?
As for me...
Oh, that's Harvey.
What a blundering idiot.
Hey, Harv.
Will this shift never end?
I'll be right there. I see something shiny. Last spot. Hey, what's up?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
What's your name and date of birth? What's your medical record number?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work.
and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
He makes carpets.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
It's weird that the doctors are arguing about your case.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Oh yeah, so was it an accident or...
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that, bud.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
That's gotta be terrible. I'll make sure you're taken well care of, Harvey.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, a blundering idiot.
So many deaths.
That's so sad.
And still more coming. How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Okay, I think I should go back to my room. I have to find the stairs. Oh, who are you?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Johnathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Peppa.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
It's very understandable.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Milton Hooks. I haven't seen him yet.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
So he's just a grumpy boy.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You have to have a clear head.
You must get a hold of yourself, Nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
No, but it is temporary. That's for sure. Okay. I'll see you around.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Well, we found the stairs. Let's go on. To the left, right? Second floor, to the left. All the way at the end of the hallway? With my name on it? This one, right? Yep.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
It's a nice office.
Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
It's not a bad place. Oh, 10. Plant.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I get it water? No. Oh, money. This is my bed. Yep. This is my ammo crate. Okay. Well, now's a good stopping point, I think. I'll pick this up next time. Let's go to bed. I only have 800 points. Increase your health, increase your stamina. Ooh, can I upgrade this? 230. No? Oh, level 8 required. Oh, can I upgrade this? Nope. Okay. Level 5. Oh, science. That's serums. Let's increase our health. That's a pretty... It's a pretty safe one to go with. Alright. And I will see you guys next time.